Welcome to the Dietitian Side Hustle podcast. My name is Katie Dodd, and I'm a nutrition entrepreneur. I spent 7 years as a side hustler before diving into entrepreneurship full time. Before making the leap, I was bringing in 6 figures through my side hustle. If I can do it, you can too. This podcast is for dietitians, interns, and students who want to be inspired to start or perfect the side hustle of their dreams. Let's do this. Hello and welcome to the 224th episode of the Dietitian Side Hustle podcast, Building Confidence on Video with April Sins. I am so excited to invite to the podcast for the first time, April. April is amazing. You are going to love her, but she is a dietitian who wears many, many hats. She has a traditional job, but she's also a side hustler. She is a blogger, and she is an expert in the space of video. And she is here today to talk to us all about how we could build our confidence to be on video so that way we can make more impact. And that means more income in our side hustles and all the things. So welcome to the podcast, April.
Thank you so much, Katie. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah. So let's dive right in. I'd love if you could share with our listeners a little bit more about yourself, a little bit about your story, how you got into the video space, just all about you.
Thank you, Katie. I'm so excited to be here and talk about my video journey because it's kind of amazing how you can go from being scared to being on camera and on video basically almost every day. And so my story goes back to I actually started a business. So it was a business, a cooking school for kids. And when I started that business, I had no idea that I was really getting into a lot of sales, marketing, advertising, not just the cooking part, which I got into the business to do the cooking part, and I didn't realize all the behind the scenes that go into it.
Yeah.
So I quickly realized that advertising a business, getting my name out there, getting known, getting the business going really took a lot of getting the word out. And one day I got a call from the news and they said, "We love what you're doing with kids cooking. We think that is such a great initiative that we want to bring you on the news to talk about it." And I never wanted to go on camera. I never wanted to be on the news. I never dreamed that I would ever do it. But whenever I opened my mouth on the phone, I said, yes. And my brain immediately went, "What did you just do?" So I went to the news and I got on camera and I talked about my business and I talked about how cooking with kids and the impact that it was making. And then I started getting more calls, more business. And also something unexpected happened. I actually really liked it. I really found it really fun to get on video. And so I said, how can I do this more often without having to depend on the news to ask me to go on? So I started doing the news regularly about once a month, but in between, I would take out my cell phone and I'd start getting on social media and doing live videos and really recording myself and recording the place to try and get people familiar with me and what I was doing for the business. And it really made an impact. People immediately started commenting, asking questions, really, really getting, getting that feeling of getting to know me a lot quicker. And so I actually started liking video. I realized the impact that it was making. So from there, actually, I started working for a retail company to where they said, "We love what you're doing on video. Can you come and do that for us?" And so since then, I've been doing videos every week. I do go on Facebook Lives. I do social media and also news. And I really enjoy it. I went from being scared to really enjoying being a part of my daily work life. And then it ends up, over time, getting in front of millions of people over the past, it ends up being about 10 years that I've been doing that.
I love that. I love your story, April. And I love how it's like in a lot of ways you kind of fell into the space by accident. You're like, I don't want to do that. But then you do it and you're like, "Oh, okay, this actually has some powerful impact." And I loved how you went from scared to now it's just normal. And I think
Yes.
for so many people, we think about something in front of us, like getting on video, starting a business, all these things, and we're so terrified of the unknown. But the truth of the matter is, yeah, there's things we could learn and do, but the more we do it over and over and over again, we just start getting more comfortable doing it. So I love that. So, next question for you. Why should dietitians be on video? I think kind of from your story, I hope people are picking up why being on video is valuable. But for dietitians listening who are thinking like, well, gosh, I just want to start a little side hustle. Do I need video?
Yes. Well, for one thing, you want to be the best known in your industry. So you work so hard to get your degree and get that expertise. You're doing, continuing education. You're doing all of these things to learn and become the expert in your field. And if people don't know you and know that you're a go-to person, then it's going to be a lot harder to get people to know about you. So getting on video and on social media and really showing people, hey, I'm the go-to expert in this field. This topic, I can help you with this topic. I can help you with, whatever your problem is, I can help you solve that problem. It really is a key to getting people to have that sort of know, like, and trust factor. And when you think about video, a lot of people are very, very comfortable. We've gotten very comfortable with posting pictures online. We post pictures on Facebook, we post pictures on Instagram, and it's these little like snapshots in a moment. But if you think about it, it's very one dimensional. People can't hear you. They don't really know, they don't really get to know you in that picture. They say, oh, that looks like a nice person, but they don't really get to know you. So giving them the video actually helps them get to know you. But not only that, is when you get on social media and you start putting out, say on Instagram, doing reels, Instagram says, hey, let me show this to some people that might not know this person, but are interested in the topic that they talk about. Or that Instagram says, you know what, this person would be a great person in this professional's audience. And they start showing those videos to people. These are people that you can reach. Imagine you're talking to one person at a time. Let's say you talk to one person per hour. You could talk to 8 people in an hour, but what if you put out one video and it reached 100 people, just at the very least in that day? You could reach 100 people versus 8 people. You could reach thousands of people when you start putting out regular videos and regular content. So it's a great way to reach people that don't know about you so that they do know about you. It's also a great way to show people that you are the best in your field. You're the best known because, I mean, to be honest, there's a lot of people that are online that don't have they're not using science backed data to show evidence based nutrition. There's a lot of things that we, as dietitians and healthcare professionals, that we talk about, hey, that person's online and they're not the professional in that field, but dietitians and healthcare professionals have to be the ones to put themselves more out there to be able to be known for being that professional in the field.
I love that. And I'm thinking of how when you shared your introduction, you talked about that little the project you started, that cooking school for kids, and how you realized like, oh shoot, I thought this isn't about cooking for kids. This is marketing. And I think so many people when they get into a side hustle, they think, oh, I'm just gonna start a side hustle and I'm gonna make money. Instead of understanding the bigger picture is that there's a lot of marketing that comes into play. And video helps get you in front of more eyeballs. It grows that know, like, and trust factor. And also, I loved how you said is it showcases your expertise. People will see you as an authority. The truth of the matter is, we care more about our RD credential than they do. What they care about is, do I connect with you? Do you understand me? Can you help me with my problems? So I hope that everyone listening can see that video or hear that video is just a way to upgrade everything that you do. So regardless of side hustle or full hustle or whatever it is that you do, getting more comfortable on video, getting on video in multiple areas is only going to help elevate what you do in your practice and also push you outside of your comfort zone. And it is in that space that we grow.
Yes.
So, what would you say is the biggest struggle for dietitians getting on video?
Well, Katie, a lot of people have a lot of reasons why they don't want to get on video. And sometimes I kind of think we put a lot of reasons out there, but the real reason is I don't want to get out of my comfort zone. So we might come up with reasons like, I'm not technical. I don't know how to edit. I don't know how to do this. All you need is your phone to video. If you have a video camera on your phone, which most of us do, that's all that you need to get started. So there you shouldn't have a hurdle of, getting access to you don't have to have all kind of fancy equipment is what I'm trying to say. But so one thing is that another thing that dietitians and healthcare professionals tend to struggle with is perfectionism. And I know you talk about that often because here's the thing is it doesn't have to be perfect. In fact, people really resonate, your audience resonates with a little bit of imperfection.
Yeah.
That can be very relatable for people. So don't get stuck in it has to be perfect. Don't get stuck in it has to be technical. And then the third thing is not having a plan. So sometimes not having a plan can be the thing that stops us with most things in life, in business. So having a plan can help you move forward with that as well.
I think it's so easy to say, I'm going to do it, but then that becomes someday, which becomes never. But I loved everything you're sharing. And really my takeaway from what you're sharing is a lot of this comes down to mindset. It
Mhm,
comes down to getting stuck in perfectionism. And
mhm.
once people do understand, I loved how you said like imperfection makes you relatable. I think that's why some people connect with this podcast because I am imperfect. I actually was listening back to some episodes earlier in this week and I'm like, I say the wrong words so often. Thank you guys for still listening, even though my brain is a train wreck and I say the wrong things. But I think that's how we connect with people is because it doesn't have to be perfect.
Yes.
So, so I love that. Get outside of your comfort zone and have a plan. So, how can dietitians begin to build confidence on video?
Well, one thing is, and we kind of alluded to it in the beginning, is that you have to do it. You have to start. And
Yeah.
it's not next year, I'm going to start next, we have to stop putting it off till later because later you're going to wish you would have started earlier. So start now. And I know that it's easy to say because sometimes it's like, okay, well, I'm stuck. I don't know where to start. And so I do have some resources for you that I'm going to share in a few minutes, but start now is really the key. And if you're looking for somewhere to start, I want you to think about a few questions to ask yourself. What is one thing that is a game changer that either helped you, so if you're your avatar, if you're the person, you're just like the person that you serve, what's something that helped you overcome a hurdle? If you're serving your clients and you're thinking about, okay, where do I start, what's one thing that helps, is a great place for your clients to start? So that's some things that you can start with when you think about your video. Who do you help? You could think about what is their biggest problem and what is one simple thing that can help them get started. If you're looking to figure out how to start making videos, think about those questions because those are the things that are going to be very authentic coming from you. And it's also going to be something that your audience can relate to as well.
I love that. I love those tips and do it. It's so true in everything in side hustle and life and all of the things, but there's always these things that hold us back. So much of it is our mindset. And I'll just kind of actually share as you were talking, I was thinking about some of the things I did early on because I myself was terrified of the video. And so one thing I did was on in Instagram, I started doing something called Show Your Face Friday. This came from another dietitian, Libby Rothschild. I was talking to her one day and she was talking about this. And so every Friday I went live or I did a video, even just a story, not live, but like a video story that I posted, something where I was showing my face and doing some video. I also started in the Dietitian Side Hustle Facebook group doing something called the Dietitian Side Hustle Live Show. I did it to provide value to you guys, yes, but I did it more for me because I knew every Monday, I did this for like almost 3 years. Every Monday I was going to show up live. So that was like when people know you're going to do it, you got to do it. So, thinking of, yes, do it, but what are some things that you could put into place to help you to, continue to doing it now? And again, April's got some resources she's going to share with you guys. And actually, I'd love, maybe you could share with those resources now. Like for people who are like, okay, I hear you, April. I hear you, Katie. I need to do video. I need to start getting more comfortable with it. We are in an online world. I hear everything you're saying, but how can you help me continue this journey? What resources do you have for our listeners? Because I know you got some good ones.
I do. I have some good resources, and you just made me think of something too.
Yeah.
Is it's helpful to think about how many people you're going to help.
Okay.
If you're not putting anything out there, then you're not helping as many people as you could possibly help. So you
Yeah.
can help more people. So that should be our nature of wanting to help people. That should be fairly motivating to us.
Yeah.
Another thing too is, like you said, with the Show Your Face Friday, the different things, start small. It doesn't mean that you have to start putting out a video every single
Yes.
day. Start with something, start once a week if that's what it is, start twice a week, but start with something. And it could even be something maybe you're sharing in the story, and maybe it's not a post yet. Maybe it's something that it's just a short, and videos don't have to be a long time. They don't have to be a long, lengthy, unless you're posting on YouTube and you want to make a longer video. They don't have to be long. It could be very short and be baby steps. But yes, I definitely have some resources. I have a really great workshop that is coming up November 12th and 13th. I'm calling it a mini workshop because we're going to just take some mini steps toward getting our video plan started. So the day one of the workshop, we're going to talk about video confidence. I'm going to give you some tools that I used to be able to get on video and take those baby steps to move forward. And then day two is going to be a 2025 content plan outline. So we're going to talk about how are we going to move forward in the next year with a plan, with just like an outline, just where to start. And then at the end of the workshop, I'm also going to also have a way that you can work with me even more, to where we can work a little closer to be able to actually push forward, maybe even have some accountability as well, to be able to, because some people were saying like, oh, I really want, can you help me work with me a little bit more? Okay, yes, let's do that, so that way we can really move forward. And then also I have my Instagram page, which is the video dietitian, excuse me, the video dietitian. And I'm posting content ideas and tools every day. And so if you look at the video and you read the caption, there's going to be lots of nuggets of information that you can use on your daily video journey as well.
Yes. Yes. And I love your Instagram. I think if you're not following April, go follow her at the Video Dietitian, because you're just going to learn a lot by watching her and realize like, oh, okay, I'm overcomplicating this video thing. I can produce really good high quality content without overthinking the thing. So I just added, while you were talking, if anyone's watching on YouTube, I was looking away from my screen. I just added to my Linktree page, katiedodd.com. There's now a link for the video mini workshop on there. So if you guys are listening live-ish and you are available on these dates, I want you guys to go to katiedodd.com and sign up for April's Video Confidence and Content Planning mini workshop on November 12th and 13th, 2024. So be sure to sign up for it. It is completely free. It's going to be an amazing mini workshop. So for anyone who's listening to this after 2024, they're binge listening to the podcast, they found this episode about video. I know you mentioned you have some evergreen resources for people. So what could be something for someone listening later after the workshop that would be valuable?
Yes, I have a 7-day starter video plan that you can find you can go to my link in bio on my Instagram page, or you can go to aprilsins.com and find resources on there as well.
Perfect. And that is April Sins with one N, SINS.
Yes, thank you.
aprilsins.com.
Yes.
Awesome. So I feel like we've talked about lots of little things, but I could keep talking to you forever. But what is one final thing that you would like to say to our listeners before we wrap things up?
I just really want to advocate for dietitians and healthcare professionals to really just take some baby steps to move forward with getting on video. In our profession, we need to be the best known for our nutrition, our expertise, and what we do. And the only way that we can do that is to create our own stage and put ourselves out there, because that's going to be the biggest game changer. Is you're going to be getting your name known, getting your face known, and then also getting your expertise out there. And we can't sit around and wait for somebody to discover us. Sometimes we have to put one foot in front of the other. We have to do some hard things sometimes, but we have to take action. And so do something that's going to take some action each and every day. And so if you have a dream that you want to be the best known in your field, take those action steps and take out that cell phone camera, get on video, and start posting.
Love it, April. I hope everyone listening is getting super motivated to go out there and make a video. I'm going to challenge our listeners. If you're listening today, I would encourage you to create some type of video content somewhere, even if it's small, even if it's short, one step at a time. Be sure to go follow April on Instagram, sign up for her mini workshop, go to katiedodd.com and or go to aprilsins.com to sign up for her 7-day little challenge that she has for you guys. And yeah, thank you so much for being on, April.
Thank you so much, Katie. It's been a pleasure.